Hello there. In this fast-changing world, it is important to keep on track of what is going on, especially when we are in the media industry. So there is a quick catch-up on three topics: big data, advertising food chain, and digital identities. Let's start with a journal written by Nick Cloudry and Joseph Taro called Advertising, Big Data, and the Clearance of Public Realm. In this article, it explained what is big data. It is your personal information that you give online. Sometimes you may not even be aware of it. In the time of big data, that information is gathered by corporations and sold to advertising agencies, so that they can personalize commercial content sent to you. This article argues that with the change in how advertising practitioners can target specific customers, it is very likely that in the future we either A. end up with a rise of people protesting against the use of personal data, or B. there will be no more democratic in our world, since there will be no more civic sphere for us to share and exchange common ideas. This concept of personalized advertising is about targeting consumers with certain qualities. In November this year, ITV has signed a deal to enable personalized advertising. ITV believes this would provide better consumer experience while letting advertisers be more effective. This all might be true for now, but according to our journal, in the future with more media allowing the personalization to happen, it would mean that each individual would be isolated. Imagine this: all the adverts come up was the thing you weren't interested in, with nothing else. You will never know what is the last product since you never Google it. How can you Google something you don't even know existed? Furthermore, it will not only about advertising in the future. The authors believe that publishers would personalize their content based on individuals' preference. In fact, BBC News app already allowed readers to change its layout of news showed on each reader's phone. If you are a sports guy, put sports column first. Let's take this function further. When we can decide what kind of news we want to know, we are putting ourselves away from the actual world, by living in a perfect hallucination, by ignoring what else is going on. When we reach that point, where we deny information that does not interest us, can we still call our society a democratic one? As we mentioned in the previous topic, this whole big data thing has shifted the way advertising industry target their audience. But this is not the only thing that changed in advertising and media industry. In the chapter 3 of Taro Joseph's book, he explains how web publishers, media buyers, and data exchange firms have evolved their role in advertising display. In this article, Joseph argues that data exchange firms have climbed to the top of the advertising hierarchy, given its ability to gain large amounts of information and to either sell or exchange with that into other players in the market, while web publishers' position has been pushed downwards every year. Taro Joseph's argument in this chapter is that, with the change of advertising food chain, it is forcing web publishers to publish more pages rather than pursue good quality in order to gain higher engagement rates, then sell ad space for higher price and get paid better. It is a reverse of importance between publishers' content and its advertising. Let's take a look at this case so we understood the hierarchy better. Mashable, a well-known media publisher that's been so successful in the past years. However, the firm's valuation has fallen down to only a fifth of what it was. Mashable's main channel of reaching its audience is through tech companies such as Twitter, Facebook shares, and Google search. Can you see the problem here? Web publishers are so reliant on these tech companies to reach their audience. Meanwhile, their adverts revenues need to begin from competing with the same company. It is a paradox in a way. These two platforms cannot survive with one another. On the 30th of November 2017, Google actually urged publishers to act more like online business. I quote, "When approaching mobile, believing there are still a number of news brands that are relying too much on the quality of content the thoughts regarding for user experience. According to Dent's mobile advertising forecast, using mobile for social consumption will account 80% of the internet traffic. There will pressure publishers to cater the trend and the share of readers' information in order to stay in business, and it may very well adjust its quantity of content so it can make a profit. When the web publishers reach that stage, its content has become a decoration for the adverts on their websites. The development in technology is driving at a speed faster than we ever had. Sometimes it can be a little bit scary. Have you ever had this situation when you browse through Facebook, it recommends products that you were just thinking about it in your mind? Well, these are all because of the algorithm. In the article written by Anna Butcher named Algorithm Imaginary, it described situations where people encountered algorithm on Facebook, with examples that showed people's different feelings when they realize this algorithm, which often is in situation when the algorithm is giving confusion or even provoking recommendations. Then, how this algorithm have the ability to actually affect one's behavior. This article raised the question of algorithm imaginary, what algorithms are, what they should be, how they function, and what these imaginations in turn make possible. This reminded me of an episode on the Black Mirror called Be Right Back. In this episode, these algorithms are very well developed that it is able to replicate one's behavior. Because of this algorithm, Martha, who is in grieving for her husband, used a service that replicates her husband's behavior so natural and identical, as if he has risen from the dead. Of course, Martha has bonded with this, let's call it a bot, though she treated this bot as if it is her real husband when it was just talking with her through phone and email. Later, when this system was in a physical, touchable, man-like robot, Martha began to question, should this algorithm be treated as human? Should an algorithm function this like human? On the 27th November 2017, Facebook has launched a new algorithm. It is said to be used in preventing suicide by reviewing all the posts and search, with the aid of other users' reports. This should be a very challenging task, not only because people with suicide intention may not show any dangerous track on Facebook, it also makes us wonder, do algorithms have the ability to feel and be sensitive as a human does? Facebook explained this algorithm will use patterns recognition to spot dangerous thoughts, but can it actually spot the masked emotions? Furthermore, should something coded as algorithm interfere one's willingness towards living? Thank you for your time. Hope this has been clear and easy to remember. Have a nice day.